Hi everyone, I'm Chantel with Wildberry Studios, and today I have the Sew Sampler box, and this one is for May. So let's get into this. All right, so let's go ahead and get this cut open. And cottage garden is our theme. So I'm gonna move this off to the side so we don't give away any spoilers too soon. Ooh, stuff stuck together in there. And oh, looks like a label actually came off is what it is. Okay. Oh my gosh, they've got QR codes all over the place on this thing. Let me see if I can just cover up the promo code there. But we've got a download for this really adorable spools and bobbin quilt. I'll zoom you in so you can see it better. Whoop. Might have to lift it up too. That is very cute. If you know somebody who's into sewing and might want a quilt. And then we also have kind of this, I don't know, I guess they're boxes that are kind of like rectangles with these weird cuts in them. I'm not sure what you'd call that, but it's an interesting design, kind of modern. Might be good for jelly rolls. And the promo code is for 15% off Moda Yardage, which is always a good code because Moda has awesome fabrics. Let's start with this adorable little package of labels. Let's see, try and get this in frame for you. And it says it has 8 assorted labels in it. They're all woven, which is nice. Oh my gosh, I love that one. I think that's my favorite already. I really like that. And then we've got good vibes always. And we've got a fold over label, which can kind of go like in a seam or like right between where you're attaching your binding would be a good place for that. And it's just kind of like little floss. That's what it makes me think of is like floss cards, but in like a little plaid kind of design. Oh, I love that. Very cute. Great for the cross stitcher or embroiderer. Got a little pair of scissors. Oh, okay. They did me in. They gave me a strawberry. Which one do I like better? The flowers or the strawberry? I don't know. Which one do you like better? I think they're both super adorable. Let's see what else we got. Handmade. And then a cute little heart that's like cross-stitched. It's red on this side and then white on this side. Those are super stinking cute. I guess if you were going to make a cross stitch and then turn it into a pillow, using one of these on the pillow would be really an adorable idea. I can't really think of too many other ideas cross stitch wise though, like, unless you're turning it into something like that. I guess you could turn it into a bag or something too and use that. But there's some in there that are not just cross stitch oriented that would be really cute to use too. All right, we've got our little spoiler card. And I'm going to zoom you out just a tad, or maybe I don't have to. Maybe I just got to get it in frame better. Karen K. Buckley, Quilt Notes, 48 pages with graph paper. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's nice. It actually has a whole bunch of information in here. Let's see if I can get you in there without that. I think I'm going to have to turn down the brightness on this light. Give me a moment so I can dim that a little bit. All right, I think that's a little bit better. So we've got standard mattress sizes, and it has a crib, twin XL, full, double, queen, king, and California king. So it's like all the different measurements for what you would need for a, I guess, a quilt to match those sizes. Oh, and then these are the quilt sizes, standard quilt sizes. And so maybe it's just measuring from one side of the bed to the other is what this measurement is. And then these are the quilt sizes that you would need for those. And then standard batting sizes. Okay. And full square facts. It looks like one width of fabric, one fat quarter, and 1 yard. And then it tells you how many of what size square you could cut out of that. So, for example, you could go across one width of fabric and cut 26 1.5-inch squares out of that. Or you could cut 624 1.5-inch squares out of 1 yard of fabric. I can see that being very useful. And of course, graph paper is always useful in quilting. And then we've got some more measurements here in the back. And I don't know how well you can see them on camera, but we've got acronyms for quilts, or acronyms for quilters, yardage chart, strip cuts from 1/2 and 1 yard, binding calculator, and popular pre-cuts. All right, so let's look at patterns and then we'll look at fabric. We've got a jolly bar. So we get a free jolly bar pattern in addition to our regular patterns. And this one is a bloom collection. Oh no, it's walk this way. So now you know what the fabric is because I just read it off of here. But it's called Walk This Way is the name of the pattern. And it's just like a bunch of little, it's interesting. It kind of makes me think of like 2 square or 4 square kind of blocks. I don't know. So it makes me think of though. It's cute. And that is a 63.5 by 83.5 inch quilt. So I would imagine you probably need more than 1 jolly bar to complete that. Next, we have our actual pattern for this month. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit so that you can see it. And it is Gratteau. I hope I pronounced that right. And tell me what language that is. Is that French or Italian? Something else? I don't know. It is Gratteau, and it is 53.5 by 70.5. And I apologize, guys. I am a little bit out of practice on this. We went on vacation, and of course, I haven't been doing videos as consistently as I should be, but I've been wanting to do a video for so long now, and I'm back. So hopefully I can stay with it now. So adorable, and this uses these panels, which, surprise, surprise, we got panels. So, and I don't remember if I told you what size it is. 53.5 by 70.5. I think I might have said that, but I don't know. And that is what we need, is we need our panels and we need our fabric. And this already looks dusty, but I'm going to make the sacrifice for you guys and open it up. Who am I kidding? I love Corey Yoder. I got to open it up just for myself too. Take a look at these gorgeous fabrics. It is a bloom is the line. Very appropriate for spring. We've got these adorable little birds. Let me zoom you in so you can really see some of the detail on these, but they are so stinking cute. I love it already. Oh, and the little birds. Okay. Oh, I like these too. It's so simple, but it's so sweet. I really like that. These would be great in a nursery. Now this is a tone on tone, and they're little flowers like daisies, I think. Very sweet. And these make me think of like old shirt, like men's shirts or something. Oh, they're little bird houses. Cute. Ha, again, we're back to like old shirts from like men's shirts from like the 70s or 80s or something. Oh, very cute. This is very much her. Flipped it already, but very, you know, very Corey Yoder to me. This is what I think of with her is these florals like this. And there's a beautiful mint one. This is really pretty too. And it looks like it's showing up well on camera. Oh my gosh, I just shifted everything. But that's showing up pretty good on camera too. I really like that one. Got a mint of that other one. We've got some more birdhouses. This is the pattern that was on that white tone on tone one. So you can kind of see what that actually looks like. More birds. And whoop, let's see if I can flip it. More birdhouses. These guys, I like it in this color better. More birds, and we already see this one. I know we did in other colors, but I don't know if we saw that color too. Oh, I really like this color of this. This is beautiful. Really makes it pop. Although this one's really pretty too. Oh my gosh. This is just the perfect spring line, I think. This is gonna be so pretty. I'm gonna have to take a look at that pattern again. Love the little pink birds on that one. This is so pretty. Okay. I kind of wish they would have not had the green here and it just would have been like the other one, what the mint colored one was, where it was all the same color on there, or, you know, maybe 2 colors on there, not 3. And we got like an orangey kind of shade of that. Well, it's really peach, but it's less peach than the other peach. So maybe this is apricot and the other one's peach. That might be the case. Pretty. I like this. I like it in this color a lot. I think this is my favorite colorway for this one. It's very soft and relaxing. Pretty. What do you guys think? Do you like the really the brighter colors, like the mints and the corals and the peach? Or do you prefer these softer kind of linen kind of colors? I like them both. They're both kind of, they have their own place. And then we've got the charcoal kind of a color. Very pretty. Is that all of them? Nope. Nope, there's still more. Wow, there's a lot in this line. She often has a lot in her lines though, so that's not too surprising. She has another one that just came out that I absolutely adore. I haven't bought it, but man, I love that new one she's got out, and I might have to pick it up. Oh, this is pretty. All right, that's all of them. And what is this? Is this another copy of that? It is. It's another copy of our Jolly Bar pattern. So I have 2 copies of this now, which means one of them is going to get put into the giveaway pile for you guys. Ooh, can I fix this? We need to take a look at our beautiful panels now. Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's so much dust, so much quilty dust. All right. You know, I think whenever I see these panels where they look like cross stitch, I kind of wonder how that would look if you got something like maybe used almost a full width of floss and went through, and you know, even if you just did it regular size but with like 2 strands of floss, but especially if you did it really chunky, how that would look. I don't know if that would mess up the integrity of the fabric though if you did that, but wouldn't that be such a cool look if you actually went through and you hooped this up and cross stitched it and then used it as a quilt top? That would be pretty cool, I think. All right, I'll zoom you out some. because there's a lot here. Got this guy and this one. There's 2, 3, 4. I like that one a lot. Oops, move the plastic. 5, 6, 7, 8. Try and count up all of these blocks and figure out how many we got. 9, 10, and also give you an idea of what they look like. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. There are 20 blocks on this panel. That is a lot. I wonder if we're going to use all of them for the quilt or if it's just going to be, I'll fold that up afterwards. Or if it's just going to be a portion of them. Looks like 3 by 4. So yeah, we're only going to pick our favorite 12, I guess, unless we want to increase the size of the quilt. So, and then of course you would probably have to buy another Jolly Bar if you're going to increase the size of the quilt. That is really pretty though. I do like it a lot. So, and I like that you get to pick your favorite one. So if there's some that you're not as crazy about, you don't got to use them. All right. And in addition to that, you will need 2.5 yards of background and borders and 5/8 of a yard of binding if you use the size binding that they use. And which generally I just buy a full yard for binding because I make mine larger than a larger width than the patterns usually tell you to. And that's usually enough for me. All right. 1 7/8 yards of 108-inch wide fabric for the backing, or 3 5/8 yards of traditional 44-inch wide fabric. All right, not too bad. It's not a huge quilt. It'd be great for a throw, I think. And well, let's see what other book calls this. 53.5 by 70.5. What does our book say that it is? Well, that's not really size listed in here. So I guess we'd have to go with it's between crib and lap size. Crib and throw size. It's somewhere between there because we've got 54 inches is the widest on a crib and 72 inches is the widest on a lap quilt. All right, so it's a specialty size. That's okay. Most of them aren't a specific size anyways. All right, back to my face. All right, I almost forgot the block of the month, and it is for the flowering quilt along. And this one is, I guess it's just labeled as block number 2, but it's a cute little flower. It'll go along nicely, and I don't remember what last month's flower looked like, but let me know if you want me to show that, and in the next Sew Sampler, I will try to get together all of the blocks so far for, which will be this one, the previous one, and the next one. And we'll take a look at all of them so far. All right, guys. Now, what is our total? We've got $22.98 value and $11.98 value for this, which would be around 30, 33, 34, 35, and $7.48 for our labels, and $9.98 for this. 45, 50, 55-ish so far, a little bit less than that. And whoops, this $5.98. And so I think around 60, a little bit over $60 worth of value we've got here. Double check that. 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, right around $60 worth of value. So not too bad. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.